Today we're going to take a journey, and it starts somewhere you might not expect, a kid's nursery rhyme. But it ends up with one of the most important plants on the entire planet. We're talking about the coconut.
Okay, you remember this one, right? Chicka chicka boom boom. The whole alphabet just scrambling up that tree. It's so familiar. But what if I told you that the real story of the coconut tree is way wilder? We're talking epic ocean voyages, life-saving secrets from wartime, and, yeah, a giant coconut-crushing crab. Seriously.
So yeah, it's a lot more than just a prop in a children's book. The coconut palm is, and I'm not exaggerating here, one of the most famous and frankly, most important trees in all of human history.
I mean, you know the look. You close your eyes and picture a tropical paradise, and this is what you see, right? That tall, skinny trunk leaning out over a perfect beach. But for millions of people, this tree, its scientific name is Cocos nucifera, isn't just a pretty picture. It's everything. It's the very foundation of their lives.
And here's the reason why. From the very top of its leaves all the way down to its roots, pretty much every single part of this tree can be used by people. It's no wonder it got that incredible nickname, the Tree of Life.
Okay, so what is it that makes this tree so special? Well, let's start with the most famous part, the coconut itself. Turns out it's not what most of us think it is.
I mean, we call it a coconut. The name has nut right in it. But is it really a nut?
Nope, not even close. Botanically, it's something called a drupe, and that puts it in the same family as, wait for it, peaches, plums, and cherries. It sounds weird, right? But think about it. A peach has that thin skin, the fleshy fruit, and then a hard stony pit in the middle with the seed inside. A coconut's the same thing, just on a bigger, more fibrous scale. But here's where it gets really different from a peach. A peach pit needs an animal to, eat it and spread the seed somewhere else. The coconut palm has a way more impressive travel agent, the ocean itself. And get this is just mind-blowing. A coconut can float in the salt water of the ocean for more than 100 days. It can travel up to 3,000 miles and still wash up on some distant shore totally fine and ready to sprout. It is, without a doubt, the ultimate seafaring seed. Now that incredible journey is only possible because of the way the coconut is built. It's an absolute marvel of natural engineering.
So let's break it down, kinda peel back the layers. First, you've got that smooth outer skin. That's the exocarp. Right under that, you have the thick, stringy husk, the part they call core. That's the mesocarp. Then you finally get to the really hard, woody shell, the endocarp. And once you crack that open, you get to the good stuff, the white, fleshy kernel and all that amazing liquid in the middle.
Okay, let's clear something up that trips a lot of people up. Coconut water versus coconut milk. They are not the same thing. Coconut water, that's the clear, refreshing liquid you find sloshing around inside a young coconut. It's full of minerals and natural sugars. Coconut milk, on the other hand, is something we make. You take that white, fleshy kernel, you grind it up with water, and you get this rich, creamy liquid that's about 17% fat. All right, so now we get to the really good part, the reason it's called the Tree of Life. Remember all those layers we just talked about? Well, it turns out every single one has a purpose. Let's run through the almost unbelievable list of things this tree gives us. First off, the food. I mean, the list is just insane. You can eat the meat fresh or dry it into something called copra. You can press that for cooking oil, you can make milk and cream, you can make jam, syrup, and sugar. Heck, you can even tap the sap and ferment it into palm wine. It's literally a supermarket on a trunk. And it doesn't even stop with food. The wood? You can build bridges and houses with it. The giant leaves, the fronds, people weave those into roofs, baskets, even brooms. That fibrous husk we talked about, the core, it makes some of the strongest rope in the world, perfect for boats because it doesn't rot in salt water. And the shells? Burn them for fuel or carve them into bowls. Nothing is wasted. But of all these uses, this next one is the most mind-blowing. During World War II, medics in the Pacific were running out of supplies, and they discovered that the water inside a young coconut is naturally sterile. Not only that, its chemical makeup is incredibly similar to human blood plasma. So in emergencies, they used it as an IV drip to rehydrate wounded soldiers. I mean, it was literally a lifesaver straight from a tree. So, okay, the Tree of Life is obviously versatile, but these uses aren't all ancient history. Let's look at how one simple part of the coconut, the shell, gets turned into some seriously high-tech modern gear. It all starts with that hard inner shell. First, they heat it in a special kiln with very little oxygen, which turns it into charcoal. But then comes the magic trick. They blast that charcoal with super hot steam. We're talking over 800 degrees Celsius. This activates it, creating this massive network of tiny, microscopic pores. The result is activated carbon, a material with a huge surface area that's an absolute master at trapping impurities. It's what's in so many of our water and air filters today.
So, we've seen how much humans depend on the coconut. But we're not the only ones who love it. There's another creature out there that has a special, shall we say, obsession with it.
So, take a guess. Who else out there is strong enough to just rip open a coconut with no tools at all?
Well, meet the coconut crab.
This thing is the largest arthropod that lives on land in the world. It can be 3 feet wide from the tip of one leg to the other. And its pincers are so powerful, they can tear through that tough husk and literally crack the hard shell to get to the good stuff inside. You do not want to mess with this coconut fan.
So, there you have it. We went from a simple kid's rhyme all the way to a tree that saves lives, builds homes, and travels the globe. The coconut literally holds an entire world of science and history inside that one tough shell. And it really makes you think, doesn't it? If a common coconut can be this extraordinary, what other everyday wonders are we completely overlooking?